Hey everybody. Hey Kevin, hey Dio. It is Monday afternoon. We did some coding in the morning. Hey Skeleseller and Dennis. I didn't fill out the journal, which I should probably do really fast. And that'll explain to everyone what I actually did. And then we'll work on more stuff. Typical day. Typical. All right. What did we do this morning? Spent most of the morning making it easier to start battles. Spent the afternoon working on item drop zones. For spotting. Were you trying to nab it, Dennis? I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's all about who can figure out that I'm live first, because then clicking the button probably isn't the hard part. Anyway, this is what we're gonna work on now. So let's take a look at this. Increase the drop target from the player's dragging item there. Probably should this too. Suggested something interesting. Increase the drop zone for items to be the entire building. Things worth doing. Probably indicate it's going to happen by highlighting the destinations differently when the mouse is in the drop zone for the whole building. Perhaps you can take a cue from the web, see the drag and drop demo here. Where is the drag and drop demo? Drag and drop. I don't know. We'll have to see this. Really want a breedable? It's pretty good. All right, what else? Draw a line representing the item will fly into the destination when you let go. Either way, indication is important as a full feature. Drag and drop. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So one of the first things we're going to need is every shop needs a drop zone. Shop. That did not find it. Shop. Excuse me. Oh God, I'm hiccuping. Strange. I don't know how we're going to figure this out exactly. I guess we could do it based on what the town looks like. But it should probably be associated with the shop scene. So we have just a sign for this. Yeah, we could say anything in this region becomes the drop zone for this. But then associating it with the shop, I think would be probably annoying. Also, if you do drop it onto an item display, it should probably work on that first. So let me write that down. Things to test. If you target a specific item display, it should accept the item there. Oh, actually, there's no real concept of doing that, I guess. Rather than randomly picking a new one. Not sure what should happen if the display is full. Yeah, I don't know about this. Excuse me. All right, well, let's put in a drop zone here. We just need an area 2D to know that the mouse landed on it. Isn't that what clickable areas are? Like a signpost should have this. Yeah, excuse me. It's a clickable area, area 2D, and then under it is a collision shape. Yeah, so we need that. So let's add an area 2D and a collision shape 2D. And then we'll call this item drop zone. And this doesn't need a special name. Oh man, I keep hiccuping. So we're gonna make a rectangle now. I'm gonna give this a different debug color. Then we're gonna make these visible. Excuse me. Ah, when will it stop? All right, so now this needs a private area 2D item drop zone. Oh, you scared him right out of me. Thanks, Dennis. Oh, good. This thing happening again. Ah. It'll stop soon enough. Places under the item displays. Item displays should work fine. That's what I would expect too. I didn't just do that despite thinking that in my head. Sorry, I probably should do that. Excuse me. All right, item drop zone ready. Item drop zone, that is an area 2D. All right, so if we were to just run the game, we would see this thing show up in orange or whatever color I chose for it. Yeah, orange. It's more of a tangerine. And then we need player held item to take that into account. Except for maybe not. I'm not actually sure how this works. Item display has something to figure this out, right? On hover item. What do you do? On hover item display with item. With item. I don't want the with item part. How do we do the whole highlight the thing? Process destination is valid. Okay, that's fine. How do we know where it's over the thing? Drop item. Item destination. Well, what I'm concerned about is just where is the actual, like, I guess this clicked item destination. But this should happen even when you let go of the mouse. On item display clicked, here it is. What calls this? Handle item display clicked. Item display clicked. If you left click or let go of left click. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess we want the same thing with this. Give me a sec. So we want to add this here somewhere. It's a clickable area. I guess it's pretty much the same thing as this, except for this has an input event. But then that means it needs to be associated with. No, it doesn't. What is item display? It's a node 2D. What? I guess we use the clickable area to know if the mouse is over this. So wait, does that mean the area 2D doesn't have a mouse pointer thing? It probably doesn't because it's on a GUI element. Yeah, it's just input event. Although I'm not sure why we didn't use the input event on that. We wouldn't have needed this is mouse over stuff. Well, whatever. We'll figure this out. All right, so item displays node dot input. Is that what it's called? It's input event. I think it's just called input in C#. Except for this is virtual. Okay, hold on a second. I know I've done this before. Input pickable. Input event. Yeah, it's input event. Oh, it's because I have an underscore that didn't show up? No, it's because of this. Because I'm not using the right thing. It's item drop zone. All right, we got there in the end. There. Now create this. Then so we want to do the same general thing we've done everywhere else, which I guess is pretty much this sort of thing. And maybe we want mouse listeners as well for entered and exited. So this is on clicking the drop zone. The drop zone itself is not considered an item destination. There is no concept of is mouse over. I think that's just guaranteed to be the case. So let's put a gd.print. You clicked the item drop zone. This is really basic. And it's going to print out twice every time I click. Because there's mouse down and mouse up. It broke immediately. I forgot the %sign. Oh wait, did it change to a lowercase z somewhere? I hope it didn't. I value consistency, at least to some extent. All right, item not found. Yes, that is my bad. I think drop zone is actually 2 words, right? I'm gonna say it is. Other people are naming libraries with it as 1 word, but I think it'd be hyphenated. All right, how are we looking? Good, yeah. So when I click the shop, yeah, nice. Cool, so that's working. We can't see it because I didn't launch from Godot. I think you need to launch from Godot if you want to see the orange rectangle, but then you'll see all the blue rectangles as well. Yeah, but anyway, that's the area that you can click. It's wrong. I mean, clearly this needs to be roughly the area that this shows up in the town. And the only thing that has that area is the town itself because the environment isn't associated with this. But that's something I'll think about later. We probably want the... We probably either want the environment for the shop to be in the shop scene or for the clickable area to be in the town scene. That way it's easy to tell when that the collision area is in the right spot. All right, so we got this part. Now let's go figure out what we're doing for item display. Because there was an on-clicked here for this, right? Add item display, on clicked equals handle item display clicked. And this passes in the mouse event itself, which we're going to need. Town can tell the shop what its area is too. Not sure which of the 3 makes more sense. Yeah, I was thinking there could be a set the area when you construct this thing. Alternatively, we could have the town tell the shop which area to use when it gets initialized. So we got to do something like this, but we won't have a specific item display that was clicked. We'll just have like on drop zone clicked. And I guess we pass in the drop zone. We don't really need that. We do need the mouse event though. That's apparently just called at or mouse button. Input event? Yeah. And something needs to listen to this. This is where things will get a little bit trickier because we're probably not going to have the right type here. Here we have an item display and it's going to be considered an item destination. It's got to be an I accepts item, I believe. Is it? We need a drop off point. No, that's not going to work. Then we need a drop off item, will accept item, and get outline shader. All right. All right. I can kind of see how this will work, but we're not there yet. So we need this here too. And then we need like clicked drop zone. It's pretty much the same as clicking an item display, right? It might work, it might not work. Clicked item destination. Oh, that would work. Clicked item destination. Adam, do you ever use visual tools, even pen and paper, to sketch out logical diagram of your software? I'm guessing I'm somewhat thinking like UML, but it doesn't have to be UML. Any way to visualize the complexities of a framework or library when I'm thinking of? Generally, no. I do not tend to pursue things visually. I think for me, bulleted lists are generally what I use. I've just never found diagrams helpful. I've never found something like UML all that helpful. Yeah, I just make lists and documents, and that tends to help me. I guess the one exception to that is probably when I'm doing UI stuff specifically, because then I can't visualize it. You see this man's Google Docs? I mean, that does sum it up. The to-do list alone is 50 pages. And it is one of many. I don't know what it would take for me to do something like that, to do any visual tooling. Like if I had a whiteboard and it was right here and I just always had a pen ready or like a giant tablet or something like that, would that help? I don't know. I mean, look, there's only a problem if the bullet lists aren't working for you, right? If all you have as a hammer and everything is a nail, then there is no problem. It's when everything looks like a nail. But bullet lists are like the ultimate hammer. Everything gets converted into a nail so that I can pound it in. All right, so this won't work because we don't pass in an I accepts item, which we should probably just put here. Which would be what? The drop zone, the shop? Is the shop an I accept item? I guess it could be. I accept item. All right, so now that passes in an I accept item, which is going to be this. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now I just need to implement those things. And I use the hammer again. It's perfect. Oh yeah, I think really I'm going to eventually make an organization course, but I think the most basic way of organizing any sort of text is just headers and bulleted lists. If you have these two things, I think you're pretty much fine. Obviously, on top of that, I think a table of contents is probably pretty nice, or some kind of outline. Obviously, formatted text I think would be pretty good. Things like bold or italics, or sizing. Those are pretty important. But yeah, if you just had two things, I think these alone would be enough to organize a lot of what you have. All right, let's implement this interface. And then let's see how hard it is to get this to work. So get drop off point. This is dynamic. Oh, wait, this isn't even. Hold on a second. What is this used for? Only workers? Yeah, only workers. This isn't even needed. Turn vector 2.0. I don't think it's gonna be needed. Why is this yellow? Oh, sure, I don't care about that. All right, drop off item itself is just gonna be like to do find the first empty item display and fill that. And we haven't implemented it yet, but we'll implement it in a bit. We'll accept item is to do figure out if there's an empty item display and it's of the right type. And get outline shader, this is not a thing. And this is spooky because I don't know what calls this. Object highlighter. Object highlighter set is highlighted. These are for all item destinations, but we only get the possible item destinations. I don't even think this is going to be needed. I think we just return null from here. This represents that we have kind of an issue, probably. We can't return null. Drat. Can we just return a new shader material then? We don't actually need to do anything with it. Yeah, this is bad. To do, we don't need this function and we don't need this function. So maybe make a new interface. Out of curiosity, how would you approach object-oriented design when a database or ORM is involved these days? I've been using the repository or service layers for a long time. I kind of miss a more traditional object-oriented approach. When I think object-oriented design in a database, I just think it's use an ORM. So I'm not sure if there's more to it than that for what you're talking about. Like if you have I don't know, like a person object and a person has a name and an age or something like that, maybe a profession, it's like an ORM should just persist this to the database as you would expect and handle all the in-between stuff, migrations and indexes. And so yeah, maybe there's more that you're asking about. Yeah, not shader workers. I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. Maybe it's just make this flexible enough to be able to return null. Excuse me. All right, so let's figure out how to get all the item displays. That is not how I would have expected this to work. Seriously? Oh no, we call it in the shop component. Okay, I was like, that's very weird. All right, so we get this item displays. So, oh wait, it's already about to do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cool. And it's not item dot category, it's item dot item category. And then what's this thing? We get this, find the first empty item display that actually accepts this. Turn sc.item displays dot first. We're not going to pick the first one eventually, but for now I think this is fine. Item display that doesn't have an item and that matches the, no, maybe it doesn't need to match. That might work. Let's try that out. I'd be pretty impressed if this is kind of all it took. We have some polish to do, but this did not take very long. Is that void? This enables a shader when the item is held, not when it's hovered. Yeah, and we might, yeah, we're going to need to do the whole when it's hovered thing at some point. All right, so if we try dragging a potion onto the shopkeep, it should put it into the display. It didn't, but that's because the shopkeep took the input. Wow, that worked. Okay, now we try this. And now we try this. Yeah, and that fails, but as soon as someone buys an item, it should allow me to click here. Yeah, nice, cool. That's, I mean, that's the basic feature so far. So we need to get this to work for a bunch of other things. Work left to do. Get this working for the tavern. Get this working for the warehouse. Get this working for the vault. Show. Indicate to the user that this is even possible. In my person service, I have an update name method, which gets the person by ID, sets the name, and saves a record. With object-oriented programming, you'd have person.update name, and then have to save separately. I think I would need to see what you're talking about here. Because yeah, if you don't have an ORM, you would need to at some point run a query to update your database. But the ORM, the whole point of it is to turn your object into a database query for you and possibly even handle when to save it and everything too. So those are the kinds of things I would expect out of an ORM. Like if we just look up a Java ORM, for example. What Java ORM do you prefer? Java Hibernate. By the way, I don't tend to use ORMs. I'm only talking about this stuff because you had mentioned it. They have some like basic example for this. Quickly. Yeah, so they have a way of persisting something, refreshing something, merging, removing, etc. Yeah, the first answer I stopped using ORMs on Stack Overflow. Yeah. Something to prevent accidental dropping tables. No, we don't need that. People don't accidentally drop tables. I've never done that on stream. No one's ever seen that. No one has proof. Oh yeah, and then get the item to drop off into the first slot. Get the item to drop into the nearest available item display to the mouse. So that part shouldn't be too hard to do, right? We need every item display. So let's get a list item display, valid item displays. Oh no, not here, up here. Equals sc.itemdisplays.where. I was gonna say, better fill that in for me. All right, so that. Those are the valid ones. Now what we want to do is we want to find the closest one. Equals valid item displays dot min by item display. So item display dot global position dot distance to. How do you get the cursor? Some way to do this. Mouse something something. I don't remember the function name, but we should be able to find it from the garbage slime. Distance to. It's get global mouse position. Okay. I just didn't remember the function name. And then we just use that global or the closest display. Set item. All right, converting null literal or possible null value to non-nullable type. This should not be nullable. Returns a minimum value in a generic sequence. Yeah, this exists. Because we know up here, we know actually from will accept item that this must exist. Let's see if that works. I do remember the drop clip. Hey, Craigens. Discard and get changes, yeah. See, I like these myths. They really show you what not to do, but they never needed to happen. All right, so we're gonna drag an item onto here, and it should put it in the closest one to where the cursor is, which is probably this one. So I'm gonna drop it here. Nice. Now I'm gonna drop it here. Can we drop it a little bit to the right? And it should pick the upper rightmost one. Oh no, and a customer took it. I'm trying to very precisely put these things down. Yeah. Wait, did a customer take it? How did one end up there? Oh, a worker put it down. Yeah. Now if I put it over on the left side, yeah, cool. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's great. I like to have them fly over to that, but that's a polish thing that we can do at the end. Make the item fly to its destination. Or like animate to its destination. So this part's done. Now get this working for the tavern, the warehouse, the vault. Ideally, all of these are pretty much the same functions, but I guess they need to be implemented on each of these. But we could farm this out to some static function that just pulls in the item displays and finds the closest one. Yeah, that would work. This is also not, there's no point in doing this. We should just do it this way. Okay, let's get this working for the warehouse. Actually, no, before we do that, let's make this the right area. So I'm going to do this off screen and you'll be able to see the results of me doing it here. But let's just expand this. Okay, I expanded it and it somehow ended up here. So I don't know what caused that to happen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it should be lower and a little bit bigger. Even bigger. All right, how's that? Probably a little bit taller now, but not any wider. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It doesn't need to be pixel perfect. And it practically is pixel perfect, but I think that's pretty much good enough. So now all of the shop should work. Let's go test that out. Always 1 to 3 seconds behind someone else. You need voice to text. Beat everybody else to the punch. Okay, so if I drag this here now, it's not working when I just let go of the mouse. I don't know why that's not working though. Yeah, what's doing that? Because it should be this. On drop zone clicked. Why does this not work? How about we do print event as text? Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. The target is there. If I just move the mouse around here, it should spam this. And then if I click and let go. Oh, it's because it's a... No. What is this? It does get that the mouse is let go of. What? Why doesn't that work then? Maybe this thing checks to see if it was the mouse. Yeah. Well, it has the is dragging thing here. I guess this isn't true. Let's find out. So it is not pressed, and is dragging must be false. But why? That's the problem. It doesn't think that we're dragging an item. I like second fiddle. Let's go with that one, Mitch. All right, what sets is dragging to true? Drag location distance to is greater than 16. Is that it? It is it. So then it's probably getting set to true and then something else is setting it to false. Can I drag it onto... Wait for it. Delete this. Can I drag it onto an item display? Yes. That's bizarre. So maybe it's the order of events where this is happening? And this is getting called before we're able to let go of the mouse? But how would this happen on an item display then? Oh my God, because we use input and not input event. Oh, this is stupid. Godot input handling. There's some like 8-line table that we got to look at. This input event. And this can't be right. There's a thing called input event. Where's that? I don't see it. Oh, it's collision object. That's the final one. Yeah, we gotta change this. Oh man. Why is that condition checking that or the other thing? Where is that? Yeah, that's true. It would just need to not do something if it was not dragging. Wait, no, that's not true, is it? I'll figure that out in a sec. I'm still on the first thing. Which is what? Darn, I just thought of it. Oh yeah, swapping around input events. Yeah, so the shop can't do things in input event here. It needs to be done in a different way. Maybe we should make a drop zone class and it just has a way of fetching the item displays. I think that makes sense. I think that'd be great actually. Maybe make a drop zone or item drop zone class that has a way of fetching the item displays. And we can just reuse that. I actually kind of think we should do that now, but bug can't fluidly drag an item to a drop zone because of the input handling order. Yeah, I know what you mean, Kevin. I just hadn't parsed what the updated one would be. Yeah, but that is the updated one, so thank you. All right. I'm just debating on the order of this stuff because we're going to put a lot of code into shop that's not going to end up there. I'll keep it here for now and we'll just delete it in a bit. Private bool is mouse over drop zone. So the drop zone needs handlers for mouse entered, for mouse exited, and then somehow for input, and it's got to happen through a different class altogether. I don't think we even can do this without a separate class. Unless you can specify a class like this. Or a new function like that. Generate method. I can. Well, well, well. There we go. So we put this here. Delete all this stuff. Rename this to whatever what used to be called on drop zone input. And that's it. It should just work. Drop zone input. Cannot assign to it because it's a method group. Can I just set it equal to something? Is there no way to like inline override a virtual method? Override virtual method inline. I don't know what to write for this. This is not what I want to do. Overridden virtual method. Oh, wondering if the tavern drag drop will work. Didn't look like there's a different check for the chest. They all implement the same interface, but that interface needs to be, sorry, they will all implement the same interface. And I just want to do that in a way that they don't add any extra work there. It matters when you have a reference to one type. Can I not just do this inline? I think I need a class for this. I don't know how else to do that. All right, well, I want to make a class anyway. I just want to save myself a tiny bit of time, but whatever. All right, so drop zone, we got to make a custom thing for that. And a drop zone is literally just these two things, an area and a shape. But it's got to also have a script, and the script needs to know how to take in the item displays. And it's got to be able to fetch them at any given time. Okay, well, first let's start with the easy stuff. Save as scene. Where do we put this? Town, I guess. Actually, kind of a UI thing, but I'll save it here for now. Why does it have underscores here? I thought I changed that. It should be trying to save with Pascal case. Where's that? Here. Default or directory naming. There's no file naming convention? What? Oh man, that thing I thought about the... Okay, hold on. Let's say we change this to snake case and I tried attaching a script to this. What does it recommend? Oh, my bad. Okay, I misunderstood this setting. All right, well, Pascal case, I guess. Is there an advanced setting? No, there isn't. Well, no, it doesn't even work for scripts. It's just C# knows that they should be naming it with Pascal case. But I wrote a note thinking that it was affecting that. Where's the note? Here it is. I said it's a good idea to change directory naming convention. And maybe it actually is a good way, a good reason to do that, but it would just affect directories. I'll say it may be a good idea to change this. Script names will already be in Pascal case, but file names won't be for some reason. Sorry, that was rude. 21 more points. I was gonna refund all those points at some point. All right, so I never actually did this because I got caught up on the naming of that, but item drop zone. There we go. That's fine. Go to this scene, make a script. Scene scripts, item drop zone, cool. So it is an area 2D. So now we can start putting all this stuff in there. We need these 3 things. This isn't needed, I guess. Is mouse over drop zone can be deleted too. This can just be called is mouse over. Then what else? We need their input handler. That's this. This is going to be public override void input. And this will just be on clicked, I guess. On drop zone clicked. Yeah. Public event action on clicked. Okay, there's everything other than the namespace. Then in here, we want to listen for the clicked event. Dot clicked on clicked. What's it called? Why can't I find this? Oh, because of this. All right, so now on clicked is there, and we want to just take this whole thing and call that. That should work. Delegate action does not take 1 argument because we need the mouse event, except for it's an input event mouse button. I don't actually know what kind of event it is. Yeah, input event mouse button. Cool. All right, so I think we fixed that bug. Let's go take a look and see if that's the case. Can't wear my 175K hats. You've got that many? I should make an I am Xanis redeem. It costs 175K. And then just make it cost 999,000. All right, so if I did this, oh, no, I broke everything. Unable to cast a Godot area 2D to an item drop zone. This implies forgetting to save. Yep. I've done that enough times. So now I should just be able to drag and drop an item over to here. Perfect. We did it. Yeah, this is great. This is super usable. Now we just need to make it obvious that you can do this. But yeah, this is wonderful. Hey, Jordy. You should. Oh, there are no pre-item slots. Wait a second. What? What? Confused as to how it's putting it back down where it came from. It's working how I expect. I just don't get why. Also, where did this end up? I don't want this. How is that happening? What is that? How does that make sense? So will accept item is just, does anything not have an item? And then get the things that don't have the item and find the one that's closest. That doesn't make sense. Stop buying these items. You fools. Cut it out. Yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Find the item displays that don't have an item and get the closest one. But then it doesn't even have the will accept item thing working. The item category needs a match. I guess that's what's missing. That doesn't make any sense either. Huh. Yeah, I think I should set the customers to 0. Or just make them move really, really slowly. Walk speed divided by 100. That'll teach him. He's gonna look comically slow. I think they'll move at 1 pixel per second. Which means they will eventually buy items. It'll just take forever. Thanks for the resub. WB. WB. Look at that. Look at these speed demons. It's like they're on a very slippery surface. We should see customers pop in from the side over here. Ah, you got it, Sinistella. Look at that. They're going to make it over to my items. The immortal snail scenario. All right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to fill all of these, and then I want to figure out why was this thing breaking. So I drag an item and I click somewhere. It doesn't ever let go of this thing. But then if one of these is not there, so if I put it back over here and then drag and let go of it, it does put it down. Huh. I don't understand that. All right, well, let's put a breakpoint on this. Drop off item won't even be called if I'm not mistaken. Put that over there. Yeah, it's not called, but that means that this is returning false. I did not mean to do that. Hey, this is why they added in shield mode, right? All right, so let's click over here. And this has this should be false. Through an exception of type null reference exception. Oh, because I didn't actually, I gotta go 1 line down. Yeah. Yeah, this is false. This makes sense to me, but then how is this actually working? How could it possibly pick the same one? Oh, maybe because of how drop off item works? Maybe it doesn't exist in that one anymore. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah, get rid of that breakpoint. All right, so put this over here and then drag this to where it came from. Aha, that is what's happening. Yeah, it's removing it from the current one. Okay, okay, I get it. All right, not too bad. Nice debug menu. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, it's helpful. That's for sure. Okay, so is this what we want to have happen? I think that's a good question. Well, let's write down the 2 scenarios we have here. So 2 scenarios. One is that you have every item slot is full and you drag from a location. In this case, you can't drop the item. And 2 is 1 item slot is empty and you drag from the location. You can drop it where it came from. I don't really care, I think I realized. Yeah. I don't think I really care about this. Every item slot is full and you drag from a location. Can't drop the item. We can make it so you could drop it for consistency. How about this? I'll copy paste it and we'll think about this in a bit because this is not important. The I'm rich redeem. Everyone is showing their quality. So this is done. Get this working for the tavern now. This is what's going to be interesting. We already made the class. So item drop zone needs a way of fetching item displays. Actually, not even item displays. They're just... It's got to be an I accept item because it could be a quest bin. I was looking as I was working on. Oh, yeah. Oh, I still have shield mode on. I forgot about this. How do I turn this off? Wait, is the only way to turn it off through this thing? Turn off shield mode. Banned terms and phrases that were added during this session will be deleted. Your settings will revert back to their original state prior to shield mode. Users banned will still be available to review. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just see if the spam's still happening. I'll just turn it back on. It is? Okay, fine. Back on it goes. I think it's great that Twitch added features like that. Because it truly is easy. And it's a pretty minor inconvenience to the rest of chat. All right, so now we need to get this working for the... Maybe the tavern's the easiest, or maybe it's the best one to do next because it has an item bin instead of item displays. So how does this work here? We get its shop component, we get all the item displays, we find the closest one. We get the shop component, we make sure there's an item display that's fine. Yeah. Okay, let's add one to the tavern and let's see how this works. It sets it to sub only. I can change what those settings are. They're all of these settings. So it's, I mean, I can get rid of slow mode, for example. It's set to sub only chat. I can make it, yeah, no first time chatters maybe. And get rid of sub only. Guess I'll have to talk. Hey, Granny. No, I didn't mean to make you sub. We can try something like this. What else? Get rid of slow mode. Actually, maybe set slow mode to like 3 seconds. Non-mod chat delay. What's that? Prevented from appearing for the selected time period. I don't think we need that. Clear chat from view for non-mods. Oh, I didn't realize that's what happened. Oh. That's why no one could see it. Okay. Automatically save. So now I think people can talk again. Yeah. Isn't it just that when you're dragging an item, it doesn't take itself into account? All the displays are still actually full, or am I missing something? So what happened is a little strange. It's when you drag an item, this display still has the item in it. But when you put it on something else, or sorry, while dragging it has it, but as soon as you go to drop it, it removes it first and then puts the item back on. So it's a little weird from a code perspective that right now is considered filled, but as soon as I let go of it, it's considered empty for like a nanosecond before it gets filled again. So that's the part that was a little bit weird. Anyway, we're going to add this to the tavern now, and we're going to see how that works. Just notice you already... Yeah, thanks, Sheriff. All right, so this should go here. Not tavern sign. So we're going to put this in here somewhere. I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes. I'm not sure. And if it does matter, then I guess we'll just find out later and we'll fix it. Oh, you know what I should probably do? I should probably get rid of the collision shape from here and have the using scene define it. That makes sense. Do we have any other area 2Ds? No. The other way we could do this is just make this an editable child, but then we need to make it unique as well, which I think is bad. So if I were to change this here, let's say I do that, and then I save, I think it will have modified the shop as well. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's bad. Let's not do that. Oh, darn, I can't undo that. Oh, that's not good. I don't want to make that shape again. Why you do this to me? No. Thanks, you strikers. Oh, no. You gotta make this shape look correct again. Yeah. Oh, if only I'd... Oh, oh well. It's not that hard to do, but... And actually, we gotta delete this thing anyway. I guess I'll delete it from here. And then the shop can just define its own. Add child, collision shape. It is a rectangle. And I made it orangish. I kind of like that. And then it was something like that. It's a very scientific way of doing things. All right, we'll run it right from the editor and we'll get to size it correctly this time. Take a look. Actually, that was pretty close. So it needs to be a little bit thinner and a little bit taller. All right, so thinner, engage, taller, and then put it in the right spot. Okay, still the tiniest bit. Well, not tiniest, but I guess maybe like that much thinner. No, still even thinner than that. Why is this so hard to get right? That's pretty close. Yeah, that's spot on. Good. Cool. Okay, so we save that and then we modify for the tavern. So add in a collision shape, give this a rectangle, make it look like a different color, I guess. And this one's really easy because we can actually just see where we're putting it, which should be probably at least all of this, but maybe also this too. Yeah. And maybe even some extra padding on the left side. But that's pretty nice. Now we need a tavern to have one of these. Item drop zone. Just close out of everything else we have. Tavern gets one of those. Then we initialize it. Set it on clicked. All right, so on drop zone clicked. This needs to be used by the town at some point. I'll eventually consolidate some of this stuff. I just haven't done it yet. This. Oh, this isn't an I, what is it? I something item? I accepts item? It could be, no. Yeah, but just in case you don't know, there's a shield mode that if you just click this button, it'll turn this on. So I think like 5 messages got through and then I just clicked the button and they've stopped. So yeah. Good luck, Kavino. Hope it's going well. All right, so we need these functions over here. I'm eventually going to move them, eventually going to refactor them. But drop off item, how does this work? So we need to know what the item bin can accept. And the item bin already has something for that. Honestly, for the tavern, this really isn't that bad. It's pretty much just setting a much, much larger drop zone for the item bin. Yeah, and we could look at it that way, but I think we're going to eventually highlight the drop zone, in which case maybe it's best to do it the way that we're doing it. I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's a will accept item and a drop off point. This is really just going to forward everything to that, I guess. So we should have the item bin here, right? Yeah, no, we don't. What? Oh, it's just capitalized. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. All right, so then this should be dead simple. We just do this dot get drop off point. This dot drop off item. Item bin dot will accept item. And get the outline shader of that. That we actually might not want. Yeah, let's try this. So we get the tavern. That looks like a problem. Item drop zone not found. My bad. Close out of that. Go back into here. Okay, cool. So start a quest. And then we drag this over to here. And it should still work. Oh, that's considered the drop zone for the tavern. So we'd have to drop it to like here. That did not seem to work. Oh, because nothing's listening for the event. Yeah, whoops. All right, what listens to it? Here it is. On clicked item bin. There should be like on drop zone clicked. If this is the same function either way, then do we really care about this? I think we could remove the bulletin board. Yeah, I asked about it on Discord. And no one really responded. But yeah, I already was thinking of doing that, and I mocked this up. The only thing I don't like about this is that now this space looks a little bit blank. But it's not a big deal. Because I don't know if Quickie Joe made the tavern with that bulletin board in mind. And we could just put something else there. We could put a fountain there or something. We can move the tavern one tile down and one left. Yeah, we could move it. We could put something else there. We could remake the tavern. We could do a lot of different things. Sport having a bigger click area, but the bulletin board is cute. Yeah, and I like the bulletin board too. I'm still not sure how I feel. Why don't we like the board? It's just that I got rid of it from the town hall. The town hall, the reason I got rid of it is because we're eventually going to allow for upgrading this, and the upgrades didn't really make the bulletin board look all that great. We could still keep the bulletin board off to the side, I guess. But it was originally like in front of here, which sort of from a world perspective didn't make sense. Like you walk out of the doors and you're walking into a bulletin board. Did I rebuild this? I don't even remember. I don't think I did. I think it'll work now though. And yeah, I think these are nice little quality of life changes. This is going to be great. All right, so we drag this over to, oh, whoops, I didn't even start the quest. We drag this over to here and let go. It looked like it worked. It deleted the item and it says 0 out of 9. So I'm guessing if I put one in now, it's going to say 2 out of 9. No, strange. I don't know what happened then. That is strange. Right in front of the door would be the best way to get people to see it and pick up the quest. Yeah, but not like blocking the door. You would expect it to be a little ways away. And I mean, just the, yeah, I don't know. This is like old game logic, right? A player is the same size as a tree, which is the same size as a car, which is the same size as everything else. It's like, yeah, the sign looks like it's half the size of the building, but it probably isn't. I don't think anyone is having a hard time suspending their disbelief there, but I don't know, walking out of a building. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, the first person who suggested this was Pige. On January 21st, and I thought this was a really good idea. So then, yeah, when Cube Miser said it, I think I wrote it down. Maybe it was this one. At least 2 other people requested this. But it was definitely something worth doing. And I just got to figure out now what's going wrong with this drop off item. Let's try again. I need to get a little blue potion. I'm not going to be able to get one. Fine, let's just make an instance. Where'd the blue potions go? Oh, because that was the maximum number of items? Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, drop off item. Did it work? Yeah, we're at 2 out of 9 now. Wait a second, why didn't it work the first time? It looked like it deleted the item. I drag this over here. I drag this over here. Huh. It's working for all of those, but it definitely didn't look like it was at first. Let me just restart this and try again. I keep forgetting to do this. Oh, wait, that's what probably just happened. Oh, dragging it over here just deletes it. What? Apparently, will accept item. No, what's going on there? Yeah, what is causing that to get deleted? If I put a cane in there, it doesn't do anything bad. Oh, because it knows what the next quest is? Oh my god, this is actually just a bug even before I did all this stuff. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. At least I think that's what's happening. It's very hard to know for sure. So now if I start the quest, what happens? It says 0 out of 9. But that wasn't exactly what we were witnessing, right? I'd started the quest and I tried dragging this over there and it messed up. No, now it's not. Yeah, I think I know what's going wrong. We used to have the quest be null, but now we don't anymore. No, that doesn't make sense either. Let's try that again. Well, you'd have to know what items are going to be required, which I guess you could do if you play the game for like 10 minutes or something. But don't worry about it, Dennis, because I'll look into it now and I'll figure out what's going on. So I drag this item. Quest is null, so this should return false. Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. This is only a problem in my version, and it's because this doesn't check to see if it will accept the item. If will accept the item, then drop off the item. This wasn't a problem with item displays, but why? Because they can hold anything. Why is it a problem with this then? That doesn't make any sense. Something's got to be different over here. Click the item destination. If not, target will accept item, then return. No, even that seems wrong. This should have never mattered. Huh. Hey, Matt. How you doing? We're working on some pretty important quality of life features today. We got one done already. I'll show it to you in just a sec. But we're working on another one, and it's almost there. Something is still off. I gotta stop doing that. let's just start an instance. All right, so I tried dragging this, and this should be false. I put this here. No, it's still broken. Okay, yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on there. Yeah, the cursor's great. Look, you can even drag the camera like this. When you hover over something, it changes to a gloved hand. But the most important battle feature, the most important quality of life feature we added was around battles. So let's unlock this. By the way, we have a new town hall graphic. Let's unlock the town hall and get auto battling. And then we're going to start an auto battle over here. So we're battling. This is what you'd expect. Everything's fine. And then without realizing it, that your character's still in a battle, you're like, you know what? I want to send them somewhere else. So you click, well, actually, let's unlock all locations, I guess. Okay. So you're like, you know what? I want to send them into the canyon, but they're already doing battle. You just hit start battle and they switched over to the canyon now. So now no matter what your adventurers are doing, you can always start a battle. And if this one were done, and let's say we had 3 windows open, and you want to start a 4th battle, it'll just reuse one of your old windows. So yeah, it's going to be great. You first hire an adventurer. I don't like that it's automatically in your party. It's never like that ever again. Usually I have to put it there. Seems anti-tutorial too. So you know what? I was actually thinking about this. I have a note to myself. How would you like this as a change? If you click the portal and don't have any battles going, it will automatically populate the battle party, the last one you chose. And that might make it slightly more consistent, because I don't think I want like first time players to have to put a character in their battle party. Everyone seems to eventually get how this works pretty quickly. Oh, this is a problem. This should not be the first error to show up here. That's a mistake. I gotta fix that. It should be... It should be probably at the end of all of this. Yeah, there. Okay. Hold a set loadout. Well, I was only thinking when you had no battle windows open. If you had one open and you tried launching a new one, actually, I guess it could still pick the same party you had. I just worry it'll be confusing then. So as an example, let's do this. Let's start a battle with like these 3 characters, Rogue, Mage, Warrior. We start a battle. Now the next time you click this, what should happen? And I think it should be empty because those characters are in use. But if you close that window and open this, I think it should look like this. Where it's like, well, you use this last, you don't have any windows open, so let's repopulate this party. But I don't know if players are going to realize that. I don't know how often they'll have no windows open. Anyway, we got to try that same thing that I was just doing. So I'm going to do this and this. And now it says you need to have at least 1 adventurer in your party. You already have the maximum number of battles open. Starting a new battle will close the oldest one for you. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So yeah, why are items still getting deleted? This should be incredibly easy to figure out. And yet I'm not sure what's going on. We build the tavern. We win this battle. We put our item in here. Wait, it just got deleted. Oh, it's getting deleted when I just... Oh, it's putting it over here. What? Oh, because there's no is mouse over check. Oh my God, I couldn't. I happen to be dragging potions. Potions can go into that first shop. If I were dragging an item, I would have realized this. Yeah, this is a very easy fix. If only I'd realized they were going over there sooner. Yeah, we have his mouse over. We're just not using it. There, problem solved. Whoever came up with a hand and gloved hand deserves a raise. That's Quickie Joe. Now, what I'd really like to see is I want the slime to have their own custom UI panel. And Quickie Joe is on board with the idea. So we are going to have that eventually. But I don't know if you saw this change. When you drag an item now close to the slime, its text here shows up in screen coordinates. So now you can see it no matter what it's set to. Hey, Headhunter, how you doing? I watched one of your VODs, or part of one of your VODs, to just kind of see what it is you're doing. And it looked cool. I like the idea. I'm guessing you were doing the same thing, like resume review and stuff? Yeah, the polish is all coming together. Yeah, this is great. And then the other thing I don't know if you noticed there is if you're holding an item for 5 seconds, I don't need to actually do anything here. It'll pop up a little thing beneath it saying right click to drop. And the only reason it's covered right now by my mouse is because my mouse cursor is set to gigantic. But for most players, I think it should be visible. Actually, I'm not sure that it will be visible. I never tested with a regular size mouse cursor. I might need to move that down some more. Sometimes I play games when my mind is gone, but that's rare. Yeah, cool. How'd the stream go? I like the hand to close on the click event, not the drag event. The thing is, it would need to change back to the pointer if you... I don't know. I'll write that down. Because I kind of want that too. It's fun to just click stuff and watch a change happen. Yeah, if I let go, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'll bump that up the list. I think that could be worth trying at least. Helped a lot of people. Did everything from an admin assistant to a software engineer, director level resume. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, awesome. And thanks for the raid and welcome in everybody. I am working on a game called Skeleseller. For those who haven't seen it, there is a Steam page, and I will link this into chat. You just want to spam that hand, open and close for fun. Yeah. So it's a very laid back game. It's mostly idle, but I don't like calling it an idle game really. And you send adventurers into battle, they fight automatically for you, and you win items and you sell them in your town. And the thing that we're working on right now is a quality of life feature that a lot of people have been asking for. The way that the game used to work is you would drag a potion onto one of your shop displays and it would put it there and then you could sell it. But that's a lot of like precise dragging. So instead, what if you could drag it anywhere in this area? So now if I put it, let's say here, it actually does put it in the shop. So we're trying to get that to work everywhere. So now same thing down here. If I drag this, I need to accept the quest first. If I drag this over to like this area, it should call this and up my progress to 1. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, that's what we've been working on. And we got to get this to work for everything. So same thing up here too. You should be able to drag to like anything in this general area. This one's harder to test because by clicking grant items, they'll immediately go here. But we could sell this. Oh, I can't sell this. We could delete the items like that. And now, yeah, I need to make that work. I haven't done that yet. Could you do a context menu, click send to? I haven't tested it, but yeah, that was an idea that we had. And maybe it could be that you just hover over an item and press like 1 on your keyboard and it puts it in a shop and 2 puts it in your quest bin or something. I'm not sure. I want to be careful about that though, because it's not just about making things easier. It's also about having just enough friction for you to want to automate it. So if you find yourself needing to drag like 100 items, it probably means you should be upgrading your town, or probably means you shouldn't be doing that. There should be something else in the game. Maybe your adventurers need to pick up items. I don't know. Okay, so let's go and cut out that speed change, this. All right, so the tavern is working and the shop is working. What else do we need? We need the warehouse and the vault. And that's it. Those are the only things that can accept items. Oh, and the recycler, but the recycler doesn't need like a special thing for this. We could just make the drop zone larger because it's already one drop zone. Other shops should be working. Yeah, I didn't test them, but let's try that out. I need more money. And now I need armors. And I drag the armor up to here. Yeah, it works. Nice. Yeah, that is so, so great. What an amazing change. You can just slam the mouse over to the side now. Oh, I don't have any more slots. I don't have any money. Yeah. What a great change. Okay, let's do the warehouse next. The warehouse is a little bit tough because you can't see any of it. Where did our slime pal come from? Imagine if you had to pay 50,000 gold and you get 1 piece of slime lore. People would be like, this is not balanced correctly. And I'd be like, it's just really good lore. Item drop zone. Put this behind the item displays. Add in a collision shape. Then launch this through here. Close out of this one. So we're going to do the same thing I just did earlier and try to position this correctly. This is not the greatest way of doing this, but it'll be good enough. Okay, so we're going to make this a different color. And we're going to make it a rectangle. And now you should see this pop up in the world. Why is it not showing up? Oh, maybe I need to refresh. Come on, where is it? Something's wrong. We should see an orange rectangle here. Where does it think this thing is? The only one I see is this one. That's specifically for the shop, though. We should be see. Oh, I don't have the warehouse. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, there it is. My bad. Just being dumb. I don't have chat showing because I had to split this onto 2 different monitors. All right, so now we just resize it until it fits. It's way too big, obviously. Almost. And there. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, maybe a tiny bit on the bottom. Whoops, did not mean to do that. I don't know how to undo that though, because I tried undoing stuff before and it went very poorly. So we're just gonna move it manually until it's in the right spot. There, perfect. Yeah, where's unknown? Calling out all unknown VSs in chat. Yeah, no, not there. Too bad. All right, so now we have that. And then while we're doing this, let's get the vault one as well. The vault. Add in an item drop zone. Add in a collision. This should be pretty easy to do because we can just line it up here, right? Make this orange, make it a rectangle, make this take up the full thing, and then hide the ground again. All right, now if we show that in a game, does that work? I think we need to save and then load. I think we need to quit and then restart. Also, it looks like the vault got screwed up. Or not the vault, the warehouse. No, that's correct. Yeah, that works. Yeah, okay. All right, so those are the drop zones. We need to make them functional now. This is pretty much the same as what we've been doing for everything else. So it should be pretty easy. I do wonder, does it make sense to have 2 of these? Hey Ski, how you doing? If they're calling the exact same thing, then I guess it doesn't matter. It's just like try dropping item here. Shop.on drop zone clicked. They are different. Okay, they're different because the tavern is only an item destination. You can't take items from it. But you can take items from a shop. How are things here? They're going really well. We worked on 2 big quality of life features. One is that you can now drag an item to just the general shop area and it'll put it in the closest display. So if we had all of these and we try dragging to like the bottom left, it'll put it in the bottom left display. And we do that exact same thing, it'll put it in the next closest one. Same thing with quests. Although with quests, you can't drop onto the building, which maybe we want to change. In fact, I think people would expect that to work that way, where if you drop it on the building, it doesn't pop this up. It just puts it on the quest. So let's go change that really fast. That was one quality of life feature. The other quality of life feature I will show in just a sec. Where's the item drop zone? Here it is. So let's put this here. Yeah, that should be good. So now if we drop this over here, oh, we might need to restart it. Makes it so much easier. Yeah. It's gonna be great. Now let's try that now. No, that's still not work. Oh, I didn't accept the quest. That's why. Okay, let's try that again. It did both of them. I expected to only do one of them. Oh, maybe we need to mark the event as handled? No, it should do that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening exactly. Yeah. Can I ask about the context for shield mode being on? Yeah, I'll show you. And okay, well, anyway, there's a bunch of spam. If it starts up again, I'll just turn on shield mode again. And maybe a press versus releasing. It can't be a release thing because it's happening on release for both of these. And maybe we don't mark the event as handled, but I'd be kind of surprised about that. Let's take a look. Mouse event. Oh, we don't mark it as handled. What, really? Oh, come on. Okay, I did not realize that. How do we even mark that it's handled? Godot input mark handled. The bots are conspiring against us, yeah. Get viewport set input as handled. Get viewport. Okay, I did not realize I hadn't done this. Maybe that's all we need to do, actually. Let's try that out. Okay, so take two. There's no way to click that item in the background. This is another problem I have. Here we go. Okay, so we drop this here. Nice, it works. Excellent. Excellent. That is great. It's exactly what I want. And we can still click this now. Yeah, awesome. Anyway, the other quality of life feature, Ski, if you're still there and you want to check this out, is that it used to be you would start a battle and maybe you, where's auto battle? I don't have it. If your adventurer was busy, this would be red and you wouldn't be able to start a battle. So you'd have to back out of here and then end the battle and then maybe close a window. Now you can just start a new battle. And I know it looks like nothing just happened, but if I upgrade the portal and do that same thing, it's more obvious. It just changed it immediately. And if you have multiple battle windows open, it's the same thing. It'll just let you, it'll overwrite the oldest battle window. So I can click start here and it just lets me start the battle. So that is fantastic. Because now so many people just start a battle by clicking this and they don't care where their adventures are. They're just like, you know what, I want these three characters in this location. Can't actually have all three there. And it doesn't matter how many windows you have open or if they're auto battling, it just starts it. And then a very tiny quality of life feature is that if you press repeat, I can't do that because this character is in battle. If I press repeat and then auto repeat, it will be enabled. You used to not be able to click this. That's probably not going to affect too many people, but it is nice that it works how you expect now. Okay, so we got the tavern working. We got the shops working. We need to go get the warehouse working and the vault. And as I mentioned, it should be pretty easy. Then it's just a matter of refactoring everything. So let's go start that off. Storeroom. Yeah. I think these are really, really good changes. I'm very happy about this. This is a problem, isn't it? I put this stuff in a scene where it doesn't really make sense. I probably should have put this into the storeroom proper. Yeah, I should have. I'm gonna have to remake these rectangles. No. Yeah. All right, well, let's go get them from the scenes before I mess this up. It should be somewhere in here. Yeah, here it is. So this is the vault. And this is the warehouse. Yeah, copy the transform. That's what I plan on doing. But I did it in this way. I don't know if it's worth it, but maybe a small indicator there on adventurers that are in battle already, just so that information is there for players. It's there already. It turns them red, but it might not be super obvious. I think maybe an icon could help. And there's also a little message that shows up saying one of your adventurers is already in battle. So it could be more obvious for sure. So we should probably do that. All right, storeroom. We plug this in, item drop zone, and we leave this to the children to update. Would that work, or would we have to make this unique? I wonder how that would work. I'm going to just try that. Incoming node's name clashes with item drop zone, presumably for when more nested instances. The less nested node will be renamed. Please fix and resave the scene. Yeah, sure. I'll just put this here and delete this. Save and the warehouse. Put this here, delete this. Okay, make this unique. Yeah, pretty cool. That dialogue is new. I did not even remember, but that is great. So I don't even think I need to do anything here anymore. Now let's go pull in these things that we have. They should go in the storeroom. Storeroom ready. Why is that happening? I'm somehow pressing Command I. Oh, I think I know what's doing it. I think I'm like triple actuating the I key. Yeah, I just pressed it once and it actuated twice. I think I need to clean that key. It's mostly working. That was my bad. Yeah, mostly working, but sometimes it double types. I can't get it to happen again. I. It's a SpongeBob intro. All right, on drop zone clicked is from the storeroom. We should definitely get that. Drop zone clicked storeroom. Put this up here. Probably next to item clicked. And then what listens for this? The town. Yeah, on drop zone clicked. It's gonna be clicked item destination. And now I'm just missing something. What? What is it? Ah, this. This is not an I accepts item. And we're just gonna copy paste all this stuff. So how does this thing get its item displays? Get all item displays. So we just replace this with this. And same thing over here. There's no concept of an item category here. And that's it. I think we're good. Let's try it out. Yeah, we don't need the function. I got to figure out what we're doing there, but that's part of the cleanup. Once the feature's working, we can tackle that. All right, so we grant this and we grant this and we grant some items and probably get this thing too. All right, so now dump all these things. Now I'm going to drag an item just up to here and it should put it into one of these slots. Good. Yes, wonderful. And if I put it up here, same thing. Yeah, this is great. This is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, the other thing is this lets you be imprecise when you're dragging to a specific display. Like if I put this in the middle of all four of these, it's going to put it in one of them. It's going to feel like I meant to do that because it's always going to be the one it's closest to. Yeah. This is very, oh, I took it. That was my item. Yeah, this is great. I almost wonder if we should make them like gigantic drop zones. So you just need to be in the general vicinity. Like dragging from this pixel over to this pixel puts it in the armor shop or something. But I think we'll start with this. This is a good enough beginning. All right, so here's the last thing I feel is kind of necessary for this, which is make it clear to the user that this is even happening. And I have a note that Did I close that window? I closed the window. I have a note to do it like how drag and drop works kind of everywhere else. Like how does Chrome do it? Chrome just puts it where it's supposed to be. I think that would feel weird. Yeah, also there's no indication before you drag a tab that you can put it up there. Now, what I was thinking of is you start to drag a potion over to here and there's some, like as you get closer, it highlights this entire area. And we can do that. It's just, does that look good? I guess we could try it. I think what would probably be better is probably making the ground glow. In fact, could we do that? Base. No, the ground's not part of the shop. We'd have to make it part of the shop. I mean, we could just render a rectangle or something on top of everything. I just think that would look bad. Maybe a line to the item display where it would end up, or a generic point in the middle of the area. All right, maybe we should try that. I'm not really sure how we would even do that. There's a draw line function in draw, but I guess it had to be for player held item. And then we need to know what the drop off point is. So we're rendering a line to the drop off point, but only when it's far away. So this would really only be for drop zones. Yeah, all right, let's see. Let's just mock something up and see what happens here. Player held item ready. We're gonna make a new draw function here. And it's gonna do draw line. Oh, draw dash line. Or was this take like a million arguments? Yep. Okay, so here are all the arguments. From and to. So the from is going to be the item that you're holding. Displayed held item dot global position. The to is going to be, how about we just pick a spot on the map and hard code it to that for right now. Where is that? Yeah, right there. Let's just pick that. That's like negative 250, 300. Negative 250, 300. All right, width, let's say 2 dash. Yeah, sure, whatever, all that other stuff's fine. How do we pick the color of this, though? Oh, it's the third argument. Colors dot green. Heck if I know. All right, and then this is only if there is a held item. And I'm guessing this always needs to be true if you've got the item. Where's that? Item source is not equal to null, and item source has item. It's technically not the same as this. Yeah, we could just check to see if this thing is not null. I'd be constantly messing with them. That is a good suggestion. Too aggressive for you? I don't mind it. The only time I think it's distracting is when I'm typing a comment because it's not clear that what I've typed isn't actually there. Like this is I type, no, it's not even completing it now. Yeah, there we go. Something like this. Is there even a color difference there? So that's the only time I can't totally tell that I actually typed this text and I'm in the middle of it, or have I not typed it yet? But otherwise, I don't know, the colors are different, so it's easy enough to tell that they're different. What am I doing? Displayed held item. This is not good enough for this, but yeah, let's just try it. Let's see what happens. So now when I pick up any item, it should draw a line to the middle of this thing. Did I even restart? I'm not paying attention to anything. I have a habit of reading and losing my train of thought. I think I generally ignore it unless, I don't know. Maybe it's hard to generalize when I ignore it and when I'm actually looking at it. No, I don't think this is working. Or it's drawing a line in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Is this getting hit? It should be. It doesn't. Wait a sec. It even draw isn't being hit. Is there something I need to do to make it draw? Because I don't remember this. Override draw. Q redraw. Is that it? During idle time, if visible, it's sent to and draw is called. This only occurs once per frame. It isn't called multiple times. Okay, yeah. We need to call that then. Well, something needs to call the draw function, which is, I guess, when you're holding an item. So if not is holding item, then call Q redraw. If this line ends up looking good enough, that would be great because it's pretty easy, I think. Maybe it's not even that easy because we still have some more things we got to do. All right, there we go. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, right? Color should be changed. It should probably animate the dots moving. Huh. And it would only show up when you're over here, I guess. Maybe that wouldn't be clear what's going on. Does the skeleton have magic powers? I mean, they can fling an item. You also have the ability to fling an item. So stop holding item should also probably call Q redraw. Which I think that'll delete, delete the line. Yeah, nice. That does it. All right. Well, let's mess around with this some more, I guess. So the hard part of this is figuring out where we got to drop this. And there's no way to figure that out because I wrote we don't need this function, but we actually do need this function. So it's got to find the closest display and then return its position. And then from player held item, which I lost that tab, so we're just going to reopen it. Player held item. So now this is going to be the drop off point. But we only know this when you're hovering over something that's going to accept the item. So we probably need to figure that out. Will accept item. No, we never checked this. It's only when you finally click the destination. We need something for when you're hovering over a potential destination. I think we need to add something for that. Could have been cast upon him, but not by him. That is true. That is true. Skella magic. All right. There. It's sitting for a little too long or standing for a little too long. So yeah, what I'm picturing here is that we have mouse listeners in the drop zone so that it's not just is mouse over, but it also emits an event. Then player held item listens for the event, and when that thing is triggered, it will draw a line to the closest item destination. It might as well just pass in that item destination though. but it wouldn't know. Is this worth doing? I think it's worth doing. I don't think it's worth doing in this commit though. So let's go back out of some of the things that we did here, which was just the stuff about drawing. Yeah, so this goes into stop holding item. Stop holding item needs this. So delete that. Draw. Player held item needs something like this. And then the last thing that I did was another queue redraw from process. I guess I'll just say and process need this. Yeah. End up drawing 9,000 lines for every pixel you move the mouse. The nice thing is that Godot is handling the drawing, so it will only ever draw once. But yeah, it would be funny if you missed that and just cover the whole screen and turned Skeleseller into MS Paint. The S stands for skeleton. Size changed here. This is some like weird thing that I've noticed. It's trying to bump this up by 2 pixels, and I don't know why. I didn't manually do this, and it kept happening over and over beforehand too. So I think we're just going to close this and act like it never happened. Yeah, revert this. DevSec. What is Godot and use C#? Godot is a game engine, and C# is a language that you can use with Godot, but isn't shipped with it by default. Typically, you'd use GDScript if you're just starting out, but C# is an established language already. It's a little more, I'd say, powerful if you're just looking for a high-level overview than GDScript. Why did Battle Party member change too? This is UID stuff, man. There's some like UID fixing tool that's coming that we're probably going to run all the time. This stuff all looks good. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, why is there a rectangle up there? Oh, I see. It's used by the collision shape. This is UID stuff. Don't know why it's changing all the time. And it just deletes UIDs sometimes too. I'm gonna just revert this. The new theme I'm using is nice. All I did is I went into editor settings and then editor, wait, where is it? Theme. And I just said use system accent color. So I already have it set so that I have this like pink highlight in Mac OS itself. And it just got pulled in by Godot. So yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. And I think I bumped the contrast up by like 0.05. Just to show you what that does. If you bump this up to like 1, it makes everything much darker in the background. And if you make it something like -1, it makes everything washed out. Yeah, I had it set to 0.35. But yeah, I think it looks good. All right, so town's been reverted. Vault looks good. Warehouse, yep. Max size container should not be modified. And now we start getting to the code. This was a fix that could be checked in on its own. This should just simplify a line of code. Simplify a line of code. Kevin pointed out that this could be more succinct. Yeah, let's look at the other changes though. Oh, this is also another thing that we could have done all that time, which is set item drag event. Item drag event handled. I'm about to add item drop zones, and this is needed so that dragging an item onto, say, the tavern doesn't also trigger the tavern dialogue. Yeah. All right, let's get down to the other code changes here. Where are they? Here, there. No, wait, up here. So item drop zone is just an area that has an on-click event. It's fine. Then we have this stuff. Here's where we got to start using our noggins. I don't think we need these functions. I'm not totally sure what I want to do about them, because I don't want there to be a get drop off point for all of these and it's just unused. So should we have another interface? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Is that all we have to do now? Yeah, that's pretty much all we have to do. Oh, this is a different change. We can check this in on its own as well. Battle panel. This is only show max battle error last. If you don't have an adventurer in your party, you can't start a battle. So that should show before the one about having too many windows open. There we go. Yeah, so it's just a matter of refactoring this stuff. Okay, so what were these functions used for? Get outline shader and get drop off point. Let's take a look. This is for highlighting things that you can drag to. This is for highlighting an area you can drag to. And this is for workers to be able to access the item themselves. I accepts item at drop off point and I accepts item with highlighting. What do you think about this? These other two are will accept item and drop off item. Will accept item and drop off item. So this is I accepts item should have these two things. Then what do these represent? These are things that you can drag it to. No, but also workers can. So this is like a discrete point, I guess. Accepts item at specific point. Yeah. Do customers also use drop off point? Yeah, they do. Or wait, no. I don't know. Let's look. Customers buy item. They acquire a target. Target is item source. Navigation system uses these, right? Yeah. How do we figure out? Get pickup point. Okay, no. They use a different thing. They use item source. They don't use item destination. Yeah. But we have an item destination, right? We don't. What is it called? It's probably in the same folder. Item source. I accept. It must be I accepts item. Yeah, that's an item destination. And that's the interface that we're talking about now. Interface for objects that can accept items like the item bin or the item display. So those would be considered, yeah, like an accept item at specific point, as opposed to accepts item from a region. I don't know. Can interfaces inherit from one another? C# interface inheritance. I would expect them to be able to. It seems like it'd be dead simple. Yeah. Yeah. This is exactly what I would expect. Dead simple. Okay. But yeah, I think this would be, this inherits from I accepts item. I'm not sold on the naming. I'm also not certain we need to be sold on it. But is there a better way to say this? Like, what's the difference between an item display and the whole drop zone? One of them is actually a thing that holds an item. I guess that's the difference. And the other is a proxy for a thing that holds an item. But this doesn't really help me with the naming. An item drop zone is a proxy for a thing that holds an item. There's also item bin. Yeah, so item bin and item display are both these. An item drop zone is just an I accepts item. And yeah, what do we call that? Item bin and item display. I think I accept item at specific point is fine, and we just write in the comment that it's an item bin or an item display. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Because I don't have a better idea. And like I said, I don't think it probably matters too much. I think it's worth checking in what I have now with this garbage code, and then we delete these functions afterward. That way I can't mess them up. We probably should fix the linting issues now, though, which is to just move all these public functions higher up in the files. So let's put these here. So now there's no linting error for that. Same thing with the storeroom. And we still have more consolidation to do after that. We're pretty much just in cleanup mode right now for the next probably like 30 minutes. And then we'll move back to trying to get that line to work. And then the cat will probably start bothering me like there's no tomorrow, and I'll need to go. She just wants to play. Yeah, there. Okay, let's run this again, make sure it works. I accept item navigation point. Yeah, I feel like if inheritance were the other way around, it'd be simpler. Like we had the item bin interface, and then from that we had like proxy to item bin, but that's not what makes sense. She sets the schedule. Yes, she does. Okay, so we grant some items and we try dragging this over to here. It works. We do this. We try dragging it over here. It works. We do this. Nice. And then the tavern. We don't have any blue potions, but we're going to need to get one. There we go. Oh, I need the quest. Uh-oh, what happened here? Wait, what did just happen right there? I need to watch the VOD for that, because that seemed wrong. What was that? What happened there? I couldn't click this for some reason. I clicked the tavern. This thing popped up. And then I tried clicking that and it didn't work. And try that again. Because you have an item in your hand. It shouldn't have been that way, but maybe that is what caused it. I did this. I clicked here. That worked. Maybe it was the position on the screen, like it was lower down. I grab an item. What? It worked both those times. I did have a battle running, I think. And then this was down here. And then I dragged an item. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Huh. Is there an item behind it? And I clicked the item? Was it too quick and the animation wasn't done? I don't think I was that fast. It looks like it's too fast for me to have accidentally done that. Like I need to intentionally be trying to click that. I don't know what happened there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I try dragging the item onto this. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. Even when I did that myself, though, I found some way to recover from it, so I'm guessing users will too. I think the speed played a role for sure. Was I? Yeah, maybe I was doing it fast. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and take a look. Your cursor was still in closed hand. Yeah, that's true. When it was over the button, it's like it didn't know that it was over the button. But is it because something was on top of it? Did I have the slime? I don't think I had the slime. I can't. I can't get it to happen again. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe no. Wait. Was it something as simple as that? No. This takes up the full space. Oh, unless I was at the very left part of the button. Okay, wait. If that were the case, then yes, it wouldn't have triggered. Whoops. Was that what happened? Where do we have that issue? Okay, we're there. No, it wasn't that. Um, I don't know. All right, well, let's copy URL. We need it at that time, though. How do we do that? I love when it doesn't just provide the option because it was a live stream. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about this. Took it in from the box instead of the floor. Wait, what? From the box? Oh, up there? Yes, that's true. I had not realized that. I wonder if that had an impact on this. Huh. Yeah, thank you, Flying Meat. Let's try that out. I'm spending a lot of time on this. Look at this. It's something weird happened there too. Oh, that was the pan region blocking this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, the pan regions block clicks. That's a different issue, but I didn't realize that happened. I wonder if that's what Nuka DeLuca ran into where these things weren't working. Because maybe the pan areas got on top of that? Hmm. All right, well, I'm getting a little sidetracked there. Let's try this again. No, it seems to have worked there just fine. I don't know. Yeah, all right. Well, let's check this in. So this is part of this 577. Add item drop zones. This is part of this issue. There is still some code I want to refactor and some polish that I'd like to apply. But the feature is pretty much working for all buildings, all applicable buildings. Yeah. Dragging the map at the same time? So you click the map below and then we're hovering the button? I don't know. It is. No, yeah, I'm gonna give up on that for now. Okay, next up is the refactoring. Refactor the interfaces. Yeah. So we have I accept item, and everything uses just that interface right now, which is pretty widely used all over the place. And this represents a specific item. Let me think about this. We need a generic one as well. These are highlightable positions. Drop off point. They exist in the world. Okay, you know what it is? I realize now. This is like item destination. Yeah. Yeah, an item destination is something that has a drop off point as opposed to a region which is not considered a destination. That's probably good. It's at least better than whatever I had. So I had 41 results for this thing. So all of them up until this point have represented destinations, except for actually not really. Yeah, I guess something like the shop didn't need those extra functions. All right, well, whatever. Here's what we're going to do. Watch this. We're going to change all of these to I item destination. We're going to click that button. It's going to replace everything. And then we're going to save this as I item destination. Interface for objects in the world that can accept items. This is as opposed to a region that can accept items that proxies to destinations. That is called a ccref equals I accept item. This inherits from that, but that doesn't exist. So then we save this as I accepts item. Already exists. You want to replace it? Yeah, whatever. And then delete the comment for this. Delete this, delete that, and that. This can identify either a specific I item destination or a proxy to one, e.g. an what's it called? Item drop zone. Why is the syntax highlighting broken in this? Oh, that's why. Okay, so then what happened to my other function? My other interface, I mean. That is I item destination. That's there. So now this isn't needed. Now shop inherits from that. And then does not need a get drop off point. And doesn't need a get outline shader. Same thing with tavern. Doesn't need, whoops, get drop off point or get outline shader. And then the same thing with the storeroom. And then we're going to have a problem with anything attempting to use these things. Git outline shader. Yeah. All right. There's all that. Now I see some issues here with this. This takes in a drop zone. So now this is an I accept item. And any on drop zone clicked would need to work that way too. Why is this? Oh, because of that. Drop zone clicked. That one's done. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And that needs to be modified. Okay, so now it calls into this, which is calling over to this thing, which takes in a target. This, I hope, can just be an I accepts item. Please don't complain about anything. Yeah, and that's that. Let's try it out. This might have some build errors. I don't know if I got everything. Item destination is missing that same thing. Oh, got you. Thank you. Yeah. It built, it ran, it slices, it dices. Does it work? That was not me intentionally trying to make a spiral around this. My mouse sensitivity was just higher than I expected. I'm just adding suspense. A little flourish. All right, we gotta build all these things. My items disappeared. They're all gone. All right, we need some blue potions now. Let's go get some. That I just accidentally clicked. Let's get auto battle so I don't have to keep clicking that. I don't have the money. Now I do. Put this there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is great. Let's make you more powerful. Wait, what? Hey, stop it. Those are my items. They're taking my items. I want those items. Well, now I need cloaks. I'm not getting those. That's exactly what I did, Ski. Foot is hurting for some reason. Okay, so this stuff's all been done. This refactored this, but I don't know if there's still some more refactoring I want to do here. We got rid of a bunch of useless functions. We haven't gotten rid of the duplicated ones, but the only really important duplicated ones are the ones that have item displays, which are the ones in the shop. Where is that? Here, drop off item and will accept item. These, I believe, are duplicated. What's the difference? Just how they get item displays. But then once they have the item displays, they're the same. So we can make those be the same function exactly. And then this just forwards everything to the item bin. This should not be needed anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Because the user of these functions is going to check if it will accept the item before ever allowing you to drop it off. I'd better double check that, or else you might be able to turn in any item and have it count as a quest item. Well, let's try it out really quickly here. If I try dragging this large blue potion, this shouldn't work. No. Red potion doesn't work, but the tiny blue potion does work. Yeah. Let's check that in. Let's actually just modify the last commit, git log -1. Yeah, let's just amend that. I'll click this button. So the only change would be that I got rid of an if statement that wasn't needed. And now we just amend the last commit, and it's like that never existed. No one will ever know. There's no video proof of it. So split I accept item in 2. There is now I accept item, which represents something like an item drop zone. And there's I item destination, which represents something like an item bin or an item display. This allowed us to delete some unused functions from shop, tavern, and storeroom. I deleted the ones from storeroom, right? Yeah. Might as well just double check all of that stuff, right? Yeah. Tavern needs a collision polygon. Adventurers just walk into the building, not behind, to be clear. Oh, around this section? Because I guess if they want to go to the weapon shop, how would we... Yeah. Just add 1,000,000 workers. Go to the right. Go to the right. I guess there can't be another item when they go to drop something off. Build that stuff. Add in 1,000,000 customers. Make the customers move faster. There they are. They're gunning for it. Man, there can't be another item when they go to pick this up. I guess it's more obvious if I just do this in auto battle here. Because then they'll only get blue potions. Although I guess I only really need the one. All right, now it should happen, I think. Or at least it could happen. Still went to the left. Never gonna get this to happen. Turn this off. We're gonna see this. Wow, it's legitimately never happening. What, are there still items up there? Where are they going? Yeah, they really don't want to cooperate. Jeez. What do I do? 13 hooded cloaks. Okay, where do we get those from? Here. Let's go there once. Oh, they're already... Drat, they're already doing that. Cut that out. Nope, there. Okay, actually, it looked... It looked kind of like they were walking behind the building. I know they're not, but it looked close enough to them doing that. Anyway, I can't get a picture. We'll just add this here. Quick fix is just to add the polygon. Yeah, no need to do anything else. Because I think we already have create tavern, calling, rebake nav mesh. Tavern. Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, so it should just be there. The tavern never changes. I guess we can just add the nav tiles. Yeah, that's true too. But, yeah, either one will work, I guess. Make them hold the quest items before accepting the quest. That would be smart. We could potentially just add nav tiles too. All right, we're not gonna worry about that just yet though. Did I check this in? I did not. We tested it, it worked. Got sidetracked on something else. I think almost all of this is just the find and replace change that I made. Then there are 6 functions that I deleted that weren't needed, and we should be good. All right, the final change here is just the line that we have to draw, right? Is that all we had to do? What else is written here? I don't really care about this. Oh, the animation. Oh, yeah. Maybe animate the item when it's dropped in a drop zone so that it's obvious where it went. The line kind of makes me not want to do that, assuming we keep the line. So let's go plug this in again. Player held item. We want this below ready somewhere. Let's put it there. We need a queue redraw over here. We need one in stop holding item. And then we need to draw this to the correct location. So this stuff's all been done. That's done. The polishing is already written there. All right, the way I suggested that we do this is whenever the mouse hovers over a drop zone, we have an event that gets emitted that we tell it where you were at in the drop zone. This is going to require one more interface. So there'd have to be like an item drop zone or something like that, which would have one more thing that just says where is the destination this would go to. Oh, wait, I forgot one other thing. Clean up. Refactor the item destination. No, I accepts items implementations for shop and storeroom. They're basically the same and should go into item display functions. All right, so wait, what did I say about this? We're gonna have mouse handlers on the drop zones. They're gonna call into player held item. Player held item is going to figure out how to draw the line based on that event. Yeah, okay, so it should be easy enough. We save this as item drop zone. This is gonna make things kind of confusing. Oh, hang on a second. There's a tiny meow at the door. Hello, cat. Hi. Wanna come up? Did you just wake up? She'll eventually jump up in front of this. Yep, here she comes. Hi, Katzo. Yes. Yes, plop yourself. Wow, ow, that hurts. Come on. Come sit down. Come on. Okay. I take you here. We hold you. And there we go. And you just sit right down. And we get back to work. Love this cat. My wife, her new favorite thing is just taking pictures of me looking at the cat with a lot of love in my eyes. And she's like, why don't you look at me this way? And I'm like, I do look at you that way. You just don't take pictures of it. What a good cat. All right, we're going to call this item drop zone for now. And this is going to add one more thing, which is vector 2. Can you see her licking my hand right now? No. I don't think that's showing up. Vector 2, get closest. Oh, she's trying to plop herself down. There we go. Get closest drop location. That sounds good. Doesn't need to take anything in. Why isn't it finding this? There it goes. Okay, so item drop zone is going to be something like the shop. In fact, let's only make it the shop for now. And now we need to implement that function. What's the closest one? Will accept item. So that's where we put this function, vector 2, whoops, public vector 2 get closest. Ow, 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 Abby. My hand. She gets into our laps and then she just tries cleaning herself, but she needs to stabilize herself on something. So she digs her claws into us. She's learned better balance. Come on, seriously, cat? Seriously? Okay, resume bathing. Okay, this needs to be filled in to get the, hey, let's just write it now. It doesn't matter. It's dead simple to write anyway, so let's just get this. And return closest display global position. If only she could stabilize herself on my soul. Claws shall not puncture it. And then we need an event for that the mouse went over this. Which item drop zone needs that same event? On, I guess it's just mouse entered, right? But we'd also need mouse exited. Yeah, I guess. What is going on right now? Item drop zone. Mouse entered. This is gonna be on drop zone hover changed. Dot invoke with true. And mouse exit, it'll be the opposite. Invoke it with false. We'll take this thing here and make it taken a boolean. Oh, cat, you okay? All right. Abby, you want to jump up here? Yes. Hey, yes. Go girl. Does she also need your quads? Occasionally. Hi, cat. Will you let me work? We can play after that. Just like, why'd the petting stop? All right, shop. We listen here to on drop zone something or other. Oh, that's not for you. On drop zone hover changed. Let's go make that function. We're just kind of hacking our way through this for now. I will clean this up. Oh, no, she's not letting me press the keys I need to press. Is hovering. Okay. Hey. That's not a scratch pad. We give you scratch pads. Where's your scratch pad? It's over there. Yeah, she really wants to play. She doesn't usually get this way till like 3:30 or 4 though. And it's 3:10. All right, so this is that you're hovering over this thing. I messed this up. The whole point of this is that we were supposed to pass in the thing that has the drop location, and I never did that. On drop zone hover changed. I guess the town could pass that in. And it doesn't really matter either way, right? Yeah, she definitely doesn't care. She wants me to just spend as much time as possible with her. All right, so let's invoke that with this comma true and this comma false. Although if we're gonna do this, we might as well just indicate, we might as well just pass in a vector. Why even bother with this? We don't even need to change the interface. Yeah, this is silly. Get drop location. Yeah. If there was something else we needed to access, then I'd change it, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's a need for that. So now it takes in a vector to closest drop location. I guess technically we don't even need that when you're not hovering. All right, so all this does is, for now, store this private vector to closest drop location. And then we just render a line to that. And when you start hovering, and if, actually regardless of whether you're hovering or not, I guess it's just that it changed. Hue redraw? Yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. We only want this to operate if you're over the drop zone. Oh, it is doing that already. Oh, then this might be correct. It can be a nullable vector and ditch the Boolean. Yeah. Yeah. I think we could refactor to that. Let me try this out and see what this looks like. All right, so when we start, oh, that definitely shouldn't be happening. Ooh, I see. It's going to the last drawn location. Why is it rendering that at all, though? No. I see what should happen. Where is that done? We're queuing a redraw every time in here. It's only when you start dragging. So that thing needs to be set. So how about we just make this nullable here? That's not the right one. Let's make it nullable here. And then in draw, only if that thing is not null, then render it. Oh, you can't do that. There's no get value. What's going on here? Cannot convert from. That means that it's not in a proper object type. What is a vector 2? Oh, it's a struct. Yeah. Oh, drat. Yeah, so there's no nullable vector 2. I guess there's a has value. And we'd make a get value here. Why is there or default? Non-invocable member has value. I don't remember how you're supposed to do this. All right, for now, I'm not going to worry about that. It's dot value. It is dot value. Then why doesn't this work? Oh, because that's just a property. Okay, I see. Got it. Thank you. All right, so we set this here. This should take in this. We don't need the is hovering thing. We do need to go change everything leading up to that. This is like so. This takes in a closest drop location or null. Let me try that out. Got to say, I think we made some pretty good progress today so far. I'm hoping we can get this done. Although, even if we get this done the way I'm trying it right now, I don't know if it looks great. Yeah, so this is exactly what I wanted. It's just, is this dumb? Why is it not drawing into the next closest thing? Oh, because it's mouse entered. We need it to happen on process as well. To the point where doing it on process and player held item is not needed. Process. Yeah, queue redraw would be okay. No, that's not needed. I'm gonna just comment that out for now. Let me go to item drop zone and figure out whether I can change this here too. There should be a process in here. Override. Void. Or no, technically mouse events are enough to trigger this. Well, we won't have that mouse event. Is there an explicit mouse motion event you can override for an area 2D? Item drop zone. Mouse entered, exited. It's just an input event. So we'd have to emit something. Oh, that's too bad. It's not a big deal, but still something we have to do. On mouse motion. We don't even care what the motion is, just that it exists. So if event is mouse motion, invoke it. Have, I guess, the shop listen for it. At that point, we don't care about mouse entered. I don't think. I'm not sure. Maybe you can enter and not have mouse motion get triggered. Or maybe we should just do both to be safe. Let's try both for right now. Let's try that now. So this is now a misnomer as well. It shouldn't be called hover changed. It should be like Yeah, I guess mouse motion or something. I meant via, oh, with mouse motion and a bunch of lines. This is not working the way I want it to. We need to only do this when the mouse is over this thing. And we could have a Boolean here for this. So wait, what this means though is that this is getting mouse motion events even when the mouse is nowhere near it. If I'm hovering over here, let's try that out. Okay, so I'm gonna hover over here. Yeah, it gets hit no matter what. So mouse motion does not imply that the mouse is over this thing. So let's do this. If this and is mouse over. And now this should do everything I want. And then we can just focus on looks for a little bit. And then getting this to work for all of the different places where you can drop an item. Which is, I guess, why we want there to be an interface for that. Yeah, I don't know. It's working. Yeah, it only works for shops though. I think it's good. Oh, that's broken. Oh man, yeah, that sucks. And that just broke too. How fun. Also, this is breaking constantly here. Object not set to an instance of an object, player held item. All right, so I have to fix this. Fix the bug where you drag an item from both a source and a destination, and it doesn't draw a line back to the source, even if it's closest. That might be difficult. Yeah, I could probably change the modulate. Could probably make it just different colors altogether, maybe. Where is this thing happening from? This. There is no item. That's obviously, I meant to do both of these things. If this is not null and it has a value. Yeah, that'll fix the millions of errors I was seeing. But it won't fix the latest bug I just talked about. Oh, what was that? It's rendering it off into the middle of nowhere. What is causing that to happen? What? What is doing that? Oh, interesting. I click and then I click again and it happens. And then it, no, don't take that item. Stupid customers. And it's drawing to 0, 0 when you do that. Interesting. I wonder if there's also an error. Yes, there is. Well, well, well. Get closest drop location, not, oh yeah, of course. Oh, because the shop doesn't have a drop location in those cases. So this might not return anything. No. I think this is technically default. It was going to 0, 0, yeah, because there was an error in that case. And this apparently get closest drop location. Oh yeah, of course. We gotta change this to be a nullable vector. What? Oh, there. I thought I searched for that. Not sure what we could use for this. Maybe a rope or something of sorts. So I was thinking a subtle gray marching dotted line. But I guess just a bunch of arrows could work too. All right, so is that thing working? No, it's still doing that. But it's not causing an error when you do that. So it's just when you double click for some reason. I guess because you pick up an item twice. And now it's... What is doing that? Is there a reason for me to care what box I place an item on within a drop zone? As a player, that would be my first question if the game puts this much emphasis on item placement. It's not that you... Yeah, it's not that you need to care where it's placed. It matters in a negligible amount. Like maybe one's closer to a customer or something. But I want there to be an indication that you can drop the item once you're here. And I thought a dotted line would be a good way of doing that. If there's another way to indicate that you will drop the item by clicking right now, then that would be fine. Because I don't want people to discover this by accident. I want them to actually see where this thing is going. Anyway, let's do some little changes here and just see if it looks any better. So player held item, let's make it like gray, I guess. What else could we do? Yeah, I think highlighting the ground would be too distracting. Let's look better. I think it probably needs to glow a little bit. Could we even tween these values? Just highlight the closest box once you're in the area. That might not be bad. It highlights one of them differently because there are two things I wanted to do. One is indicate via these highlights that those are even destinations for this item. And then the other is when you're close enough, indicate that you are now within the I'm going to drop on that particular location. All right, I have an idea then. Yeah, I have an idea. I like what you're saying though, Brooke. I think that's good. So let's give that a shot. So all this stuff about drawing doesn't matter. It's all pointless now. Well, that's why we only did this with one thing and didn't write perfect code because we knew we might be deleting it. So now let's go fix it. This is not going to be on drop hover changed, or at least it's not going to take this. It's going to take in an item destination, the thing that we should hover. Yeah. We're going to take an item destination, question mark, destination. And now we got to do something here. If it's not null, then highlight it differently. How do we even highlight stuff? Set is highlighted, that's it. We need to set the color or something like that. Yeah, line color or line width. There is a uniform for it. I just don't have access to it. Well, whatever. We're going to get access to it. Wait a second. Where's that coming from? Yeah, public void set line width. Great. Now let's use that from over here. If it's not null, destination.getOutlineShader.setLineWidth. Why is that not possible? What's the outline shader? Is a shader material? Why? No. Where's the function? Object highlighter had it. There's no object highlighter for that. I guess we could just get it right from the shader material, huh? Yeah, just call set shader parameter with a particular width. All right. And the width we'll set to 5, I guess. I don't even know what it's set to now. Probably like 1 or 2 or something smaller. So this will be way more obvious, but then we'll never set it back to normal. Now we need to change everything in this pipeline to pass in a destination. So this needs to pass in item destination, question mark. Good. Get closest drop location. Whatever, I'll just write this again. Item destination. There. Yeah. Now why is there an error? Why is this not going to the error? Oh, shop doesn't implement this? I don't care about this right now. You want them all at thick lines. The longer you hover, the thicker the line gets until it's just covering the whole screen. Can't see anything. Man, I fell asleep wearing a hoodie last night, and I think the hood being underneath my head like ruined my shoulders. And they're very stiff right now. Just thought you should know. Okay, let's try this out. So it, oh, no. It's getting thicker no matter what. Why though? Now, why would that happen? On drop zone hover change. If destination is not null, get its shader set its width to 5. That shouldn't be happening. Get closest drop location. The closest one that doesn't have an item based on where the mouse cursor is, and then return it. Yeah, why would that happen? What happens if I add more of these things? That's not right. Okay, that's more like what I wanted to have happen. So we got to set all the other ones back to a normal size. Can we even easily do that? I guess we could get in the region all item destinations so we can know which ones to unhighlight. We could also just do this over here. Remove highlight from all item destinations. This happens on every single frame. No, it doesn't. Something calls this though. Set is highlighted. Yeah. We need something like... There's no way to get the shader material, is there? Oh, man. Add to node, remove from node. Well, I guess our item destination, so we can do the same thing we did before. Destination dot get shader dot set to 2. Reset the width when the new one is null. Yeah, that could be done too. I think this is our like cheapo hack of doing this, and I'll just have to finish this tomorrow or something. Let's see if it even works. Nope, because of the ordering. Yeah, we need to know that that one's the one being hovered over. So we're going to need to store something no matter what anyway. Might as well just store this here for now. Item destination, closest drop location, sure. And we'll set this here. Destination is equal to closest. And then just do that. Or I guess set it here. That'll probably mess things up, right? Yeah, it will mess things up. No, wait, no. It'll just check to see it, and it'll know that it's not, it doesn't exist. So then I'll reset everything back to 2. All right, let's see if this is better. It'll look a little weird because it's blocky, but replace the blockiness with pretty much anything, and if it looks better, then we can do it. Yeah. So does it seem like a cool thing that will definitely work? You like it, Helpless Hero? First of all, let me give Broke a a point for this. Even just suggesting this is something I hadn't thought of. And we have a tiny bug I gotta fix, but yeah, I think this can work. I think we just need to make it something better than what it's currently doing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a different color instead or something like that. Yeah, maybe it goes blue. And gets just slightly thicker. Set is highlighted. You're gonna try the demo for like 30 minutes and stop yourself after 1.5 hours. Nice. Like to hear it. I hope you had fun. And then when it would drop to, it would do the green to white. So the reason why it's modulating between white and green right now is when you're zoomed out, I wanted it to still be visible. And I was concerned that it wouldn't be visible unless it was changing colors. Like the warehouse, it's kind of hard to tell when it's white. I'm not sure though. I think changing the color though from, where's that green even come from? Line color. Something must be changing this green. Maybe it's the shader itself. Alter line over time. Ah, yeah, it's just hard coded. This is a light green color. Well, we could give it like a destination color to go to and then just change that. I kind of want to try it, but I know I'm not going to finish all this stuff today. Is there some hack we can do to try it really quickly? Maybe another uniform bool testeroni equals false. And if this is true, just do a different thing here. All right, instead of green, let's just pick blue. Yeah, there. That was easy. All right, now we need to set that parameter over here. We'll do the same thing I had just done. Yeah, here. Can you call set shader parameter again on this? Oh, nice. No, maybe not. No, you can't. I didn't know if it was a builder object or not. It obviously isn't. All right, so set testeroni equal to destination is equal to that. Yeah, so there. Now it'll be a little bit thicker and it'll be blue instead of green. That's better, just not as suggestive. Yeah. And I hope it's clear what it's even indicating. Yeah, I don't know. Still not sold on the colors exactly, but if this is all we have for right now, then this is pretty good. It really does make me think that we should make the drop zones like this large. There's no reason to constrain them to just the stone area. Like maybe you would want to drop it on there from way over here. Why not? And that way too, it'll be obvious once you're even in like this area. I like the idea. It's not like it's stopping mouse input or something. Yeah, I wonder if we should just expand that really fast. Shop. Collision shape. Okay, let's make this huge. And then run it through here so that we can actually see it. So now it extends all the way out like that, so that if you drag an item even over to here, it'll drop it. Yeah, I mean, if we're doing this for usability, I think this just makes it more usable. So it's a clear win. I think we should do it. Kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. And then when you build this shop, you now can drag to like here. Should probably be even a little bit larger than that. Maybe just taller, actually. I'm just going to extend the bottom downward some more. I don't know why that happens. All right, does it look mostly centered? Not that people will see these shapes, so they won't know that it's centered. And I guess I don't need to ask that question. I guess I can just do this. And just drag a rectangle from here to here and then see how does this look down here. Yeah, it's almost spot on. Not quite, but pretty close. Probably just make it a little bit bigger on bottom. There. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then I think we do the same for, I don't know about the warehouse. Like maybe we could allow you to extend it down to here even. Yeah, that's probably good. Let's do that. Warehouse. Okay, we just make this go downward a little bit. Yeah, even farther down I think would be good. Not quite so much. There, perfect. Okay, vault, I don't think I want to change this. It's too close to everything else anyway. We could maybe extend it to the up and right, but you're not going to be dragging items from there. You're going to be dragging them from here. So stopping shorter is what you'd want. And then the last thing is the tavern. Tavern, I think we could just make it a pretty large area. Just like we did for the other thing. All right, item drop zone, collision shape. Let's expand this upward. Well, this one we can actually see in the context of the game, although I know I'm not showing it on screen right now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now let's see how that feels. Okay, so I want to start a quest. I have none of the items that I need, so I guess I also want to do this. I want to sell these potions. I guess it is nice to have that indication there, yeah. All right, well, like I said, we'll see how people interact with this. Let's turn off visible collision shapes because I think the tavern wasn't working correctly. I don't think it highlighted this thing blue. Does it? No, it doesn't. Oh, because I never put this code in the tavern. I only put it on shops. Yeah, that's here it is. Okay, well, I think this is pretty good. I wonder what it would take to make items animate to their location. Because it would mean that there'd be a display that's going to get an item, but doesn't have one. Like I'm here and I let go of it, and it should go whoop and float over there. And that's fine. But then while it's floating over there, I guess the display is considered filled and its graphic is just off to the side. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. But then a customer could buy it instantaneously, maybe while it's over here and the customer is over there. Excuse me. And the customer would, I guess, animate it going onto them. We would probably add the item immediately to the item display or the bin. You can't really make it go to the bin immediately. And then just animate it flying in. Then again, no, that wouldn't look good. That would allow for an item display that would allow an immediate purchase. I think it's better to consider the item display to be occupied via an animation or like by an animation, which would be a special state that wouldn't allow interaction till the item reaches the display, the destination. Something like that. That might not be bad. And then make this work. for the storerooms and the tavern. All right, yeah. Well, big usability improvement. Trying to like fling items up there. But oh, this is filled. I'd say it could look nice also when you drop a ground item. If I do what? Oh, the yeah, you're right, you're right. Could also be the case when you drop an item back on the ground. And then we may as well animate customers buying an item if we do all of that. Okay, cat's meowing. I don't know if you can hear her, but I should probably get going. Did I write all this down? Yeah. Yeah, I want to push a new build, but I want to make this look good first. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bump some of this to Tuesday. That at least. And then this to Wednesday. Keep going with important issues. It's been a very productive day. Again, to sum up, we worked on these item drop zones. You used to have to drop exactly onto a point over here. Now you can just drop anywhere in this general vicinity and it'll go to the closest item location. And we also got it so that if your adventurers are doing a battle that previously would have stopped you from using them, so these turned red, you can still just use them. So I could say, you know what, instead of going to the forest, let's go fight over here. And I start this battle and that's it. Cleric got freed up and these other two are just in the battle now. So I think these are really, really good changes for just usability of the game. And these are the kinds of things, if you think about it, I spent whatever it was, 6 or 7 hours today working on just those two things. And it's like, is there a new feature in the game? No, not really. You can kind of call the potion dropping thing a new feature, but really it's just quality of life. And enough of those changes will make the beginning of the game fun and for people to make it to the end of the game more easily. But we're going to need to do that times like 20, because really any part of the game can have that level of polish and UIs can be fixed up and we can add more juice to things. So that's what's in our future eventually. But it was a pretty good day. So let's go find somebody to raid. All right, is Twitch muted? Yes, good. Where is the raid button and why is it gone? Raid a channel. There it is. It wasn't gone. It was just me being stupid. Pebcac, as they say. All right, so English, game development, and someone I'm not following who has not been online for a long time. Is that 20 minutes yet? Variety content. Yeah, I think let's go with this person. What are they doing? That looks like a DAW. Well, whatever. Let's send you over there. Thanks, bro. Is it 20 hours uptime? Oh, it is 20 hours uptime. I thought it was 20 minutes. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to this. We're backing up. We're backing up. Oh man, yeah. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. So, like I said, someone we're not following. This is not actually in English, it looks like. It says English, but their title isn't. Chat game development magic system. All right, let's go raid this person, I guess. Man, the number of VTubers has certainly risen since I've been on Twitch, whatever, 3 years ago. 4 years ago almost at this point. Yeah. I wonder why. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday. If you'd like to join Discord, there's the link. It'll be just continuing with whatever is most important for the demo and polishing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you then. Take care. Have a good rest of your day.